Hello beautiful souls and welcome to my channel. Today's pick a card reading is going to be something many of you had requested in the past, a twin flame reading. So we're going to see where are you on your twin flame journey, what's going on with your twin, what are they thinking and feeling about the connection, of course any advice on how to reconcile or what should you do in this connection, what's the purpose of it, and so many other things. Today's reading will have extended parts, so each pile will have an extension that you can check out by clicking on the link underneath the timestamp of the respective pile. And I think that's pretty much it about the reading. So today you don't have a psychic selection as I started doing recently. You just have 3 piles as you can see, and you can just pause the video, go off intuitively, see which number draws you or which cards look more suitable for you, which cards your intuition tells you to pick. There's nothing that particularly stands out about any of these piles, so you're gonna go off by numbers or again just visually what draws you in. Okay, you can pause the video, take your time, and I'll see you in your reading. Hi pile 1 and welcome to your reading. So let's see what the cards have in store for you, and before we flip them up I do want to get a channeled message for you guys, something, anything that wants to come through, maybe from your twin's higher self. Let's see. Well, immediately I'm having visions of like water fountains, running water, a running tap. Like, I'm just getting water a lot. They could be a water sign, you could be a water sign, but this message is almost, it feels to me like water is something that will take them to you if they follow the flow, if they go with the swings of fate. They will be brought back to you, and I'm almost getting this message of like patience and waiting. You need to wait for them. I feel like, again, if they follow where the universe guides them, they will end up with you again. That fountain is also about pure love, and what I'm getting is that this person might be going through a relationship that they're trying to get rid of or something. I'm getting something about purification of the emotions, so maybe they're healing after a breakup, or maybe they are trying to separate with someone. Okay, we have you deserve love with the overarching theme of your journey. You're lovable, and we have beautiful river, lineage of the rose, the thorn, you got the love. Okay, and I think that there was a song with this title, so maybe that's like a song that they listen to, that the messages, the lyrics of that song may be significant. I think it's by Florence and the Machine. And you have the golden children. Okay, I feel like for many of you, your twin flame has been in a relationship or still is. Maybe they recently separated with a person that has a very strong ancestral lineage, that is very well versed in occult crafts and magic. I think they were with someone who was magical as a person, like that person just exuded this type of aura, and I think your twin flame was very drawn by this. They found it very unique and interesting and attractive. And even if you two, pile 1, are spiritual, maybe you don't have that same kind of on the nose, like look and presentation about you that gives away that you're spiritual. So I feel like they were drawn to this quirky, magical looking person, but I'm getting that this person, sometimes it may look like it's almost like a costume, the way they dress, the way they talk, but actually they do have lots of knowledge, and I feel like it's ancestral. And it does feel like this person that your twin flame was in a relationship with penetrated through many of their protective fields, barriers, energy fields, whatever you want to call it. They just penetrated through their protection, and they really got their wires hooked into them. So I'm getting a lot of, I'm gonna be honest, psychic manipulation going on here. This happens through dreams and through little coincidences. It almost feels like maybe if you and your twin had a date, or you started talking, or something was happening between the two of you, a third force interfered, psychically and magically almost. And I'm hearing that this created some disruption in the chain of serendipities taking place between you and your twin. And your twin was dissuaded from you because of that. They decided to pursue a different direction, a different relationship. Now, this person could be a Sagittarius. We have an Archer here. I don't know why I'm picking up on specifically a Sagittarius moon. And of course, this could be you, but it does feel like for many of you, this is the person who persuaded your twin flame away from you. And with codependency, boundaries, I really feel like your twin flame is dealing with someone who is very perceptive. Wow, okay. Perceptive of one's wounds and psychological needs. So they definitely have psychic abilities, but I feel like they're also really good psychologists, or they're very interested in the field, and they really read and understand people easily. With the golden children, of course, children could be involved on your twin flame journey. They could be a reason why you split into you went your two separate ways. Children could be why your twin flame stayed somewhere that maybe was outdated for them. Children could be the reason why you kept away from your twin flame as well. But we have innocence, rare gifts, inner child, tenderness. I love that we have this like stargate right here. It's like you and your twin flame share the same core, with the star kind of symbolizing the center that everything spins around, right? So to me, it symbolizes the core energy of both of you, and it's almost like you come from the same star system, you share that core identity on a soul level, but they have really been persuaded away by this other person, and it feels like your twin has been confused. I don't want to say manipulated necessarily, but that could also be true, by the idea of power or even conflict. I know this may sound a little strange, but I feel like conflict is something that your twin finds attractive or interesting, and even like the dark side of a person may be what draws your twin flame, like a moth to a flame. So I feel like they were drawn by this third party because of their, I want to say, dark side, more mysterious side. I'm getting this very strong message for some of you, especially those of you who are associating as divine feminines in this connection. You kind of represent that lineage of the rose. You represent light, and it feels like maybe some of you had tried to embody more of your dark side for the twin flame on that twin journey, just to attract them back to you. And Spirit is saying that you shouldn't change yourself like this, that you need to stay true to yourself, and to your kind of magic, your sort of miracles and abilities and gifts. There is nothing for you to prove or change. If someone is drawn to the dark side, they need to come back to the light on their own. Okay? It's not like you can plug them from a place where they've really let their roots grow, because this feels like with this third party, it's something long term. You deserve the love and you got the love feels like two sentences of a conversation. It's like you're telling your twin flame you deserve love, or vice versa, they're telling this to you, and then the other person is like, you got the love. So one person says to the other, you deserve love, and the other responds with, you got that love. So I do feel like in this connection, the dynamic is one is trying to prove to the other, hey, you deserve better, you deserve more authenticity, you deserve a better relationship, a better situation, you deserve more in your life. And the other person is like, I know that you can give me this, I see that you've got what I deserve. But we all know that many people don't go after what they deserve, they go after what they believe they need. So it feels like your twin flame right now is pursuing what they need when it comes to their wounds. It's coming from a place of a wounded self, and they're not pursuing what they truly deserve. So yeah, you are this to a degree potential, or you are this truth, but they're not ready for that type of truth. Alright, let me tune in a little bit more to see what else wants to come through, because I wonder if I want to start pulling from other oracle or tarot decks, or maybe if there are more messages here. I'm really trying to tune into this card, the Golden Children. And the number 3 is showing up. The number 3 is like this holy number, right? But it could also be very literal. You could be dealing with 3 children. They are, or you are, there is definitely the presence of unborn children that are waiting to come through. And it's like the union between you and your twin flame is like that stargate, almost that portal that these children need. So some of you are Hadarian starseeds, some of you are Pleiadian starseeds. I'm getting strong Pleiadian energy. What are the blockages of this connection? Because so far I don't feel like you're together. We're going to ask when and how you're going to come together in the extended portion of the reading. We're also going to ask how your twin feels and what do they think. We have cleanse with the vision of the water I had. And this is perfect because here we have this river, but here we have like a enclosed water pond. I'm not sure what this is. Is it a lake? But it's enclosed. And it's clearly sacred, and it's almost like there is this waterfall here from the rose. What are the blockages of this connection? Oh, okay. I'm not really necessarily resonating with this representing actual death, but more so this darker energy and growth. Yeah, it feels like your twin flame cannot grow properly because their life force is being siphoned by the person that they're with. So that's why your connection was represented by clear water, not dead, dark, still, muddied water. Yours was clear, yours was flowing, moving. When you two come together, there's movement, there's usually action, so perhaps it's very likely that when you come together, usually it is during a time of movement and action when you're going places and doing things and you're picking up momentum in your life, and this is when your twin appears. But in this other relationship, there is very strong stagnation. And something else that I'm getting, that it might be a little bit touchy, this topic. Again, about children, so maybe proceed with precaution. I'm not sure how exactly to warn before I actually speak about it, so I'm sorry if this is a very shitty warning. But I do feel like maybe this third party person, especially if they're a woman and your twin is a guy and they want to have a child, or I'm getting issues with conception here. I feel like the universe really is pushing against certain bloodlines merging together. So I'm getting that a lot of healing of the womb is involved in this journey. It's something that is stressing out your twin, is what I'm getting. Pile 1, there's one last warning before I close the reading and before we move into the extended portion. And this last warning is this person, this third party person, it could be a guy, could be a woman. Now that's just like a separate general message for all of you. I'm hearing that it's almost like they have tried and partially succeeded to replace you with themselves in the timeline of your twin. And because they have done so, it's almost like they're taking from your energy and life force, and it's like there was this energy suit for you to step into when you are on the timeline with your twin, but instead of you, they stepped into it. But that suit, energetic suit, has your what's the code, the word, your vitals on it, and they can see them and they can use them as a resource for themselves. So if you, pile 1, have some reproductive issues, have some issues around the reproductive organs, that area, of course take care of your health, and I always suggest working with a medical professional, doctors, etc., doing the tests that you need to do. But I'm getting that some cleansing and spiritual cleansing and spiritual protection will be needed, like pouring up protection. And I'm picking up on strong citrusy energy, especially with the sun here. That reminds me of an orange or a tangerine or something. So using citruses for baths, protective spells, things like that may be very, very helpful. So yeah, so far this is what I'm getting, and if you resonate that this is your journey, this is your situation, you can move on to the extended portion of this reading to see how your twin feels about you, what are they thinking, and what is coming up in the future of this connection. Okay, so I hope this resonated. Let me know in the comment section below, and thank you so much for watching this. You can always support me by liking, sharing, subscribing. All of my personal readings are open, so, and if you don't see some reading listed, just you can text me, email me, text me via Instagram. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope to see you in the extended portion or in my next pick a card. Until then, bye. Hi pile 2, and welcome to your reading if you chose this pile. Let's see what's going on with your twin flame journey. Actually, before we jump into the cards, I would like to channel a little message. So let's see what comes through very quickly. Let's see what comes through for you. Anything that your twin flame wants to say to you, the message from their higher self. So I'm seeing this bus, and it's going around the mountain, but it's like one of these roads where you have like the edge of the road, or like a cliff edge, and there's a forest, but basically you would fall off the road if you go off it. So I'm getting this road around the mountain, or around, like, I don't know, this uphill or something, and I'm getting this bus going up. So what I'm getting here is, very quickly, pile 2, you're headed somewhere. This journey is headed somewhere. This journey is not done. There's a lot more to happen between the two of you, and you're on the same bus. So it feels like maybe you're pursuing the same dream. You're going in the same direction. You're really headed toward the same destination. We have reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Some of you may have clicked on this video to see who your twin flame is, and this is a message, or maybe to clarify if someone is your twin, you're like, I don't know if it's them, I'm not sure, and that's like a confirmation that it is them. It's someone you already know, and someone that you will be coming back with. Okay, you will be reuniting with this person. I'm getting something about a lucky necklace, and I'm getting the color yellow and the number 7. I know these are lots of things, but it's somehow associated with some of you guys' twin flames. We have the but, potential promise, it's about to happen, keep going, and that is the message of the bus. Keep going, keep moving forward. We have health, sureness of the soil, unseen help, support and community. It's interesting that you have the but and sureness of the soil. It's like you've been in the right space with the right people for enough time for you to have grown, and now you are this bud that is almost about to blossom, open up. Actually, in the suit of wands in tarot, usually you have the wand, you have the branch, but it has buds on it, and the buds represent the creative potential. So here I'm seeing that you have been in the right space for you to develop your creative potential. The message here is that the more you continue to develop creatively, the closer you are coming to your twin flame reunion. Breath of the cosmos, my will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. This is definitely talking about working on a global scale, working with lots of people from all corners of the world. And we have star family. You're part of a team of souls, call in support. We have support twice. We have a team of souls. We have community here. I like that. I like this. I like this connection. So I feel like many of you have been among your soul family pile too. Your friends, maybe your family even for some of you, your friends, your co-workers, your clients, they all have been from your soul family, and so is your twin flame. Your twin flame also is soul family. In fact, it seems like you and your twin flame are supposed to be working with the same people. Maybe you really are in the same field. Maybe you really are both working in the same field, and that's why I told you you are headed towards the same destination. Potential promise, it's about to happen, and keep going. I think that for some of you, you may already be in contact with your twin flame and things are developing. And the message here is to keep going, because you really are headed toward a new union with this person. But also, this is just a general message to keep going when it comes to chasing your own dreams. Unseen help, call in support. Hold on. Let me see. First of all, with unseen help, it does feel like the ancestors are supportive of this union. Your spirit guides are supportive of this union. Many forces are working toward this union. Okay, pile 2. So the message here is, do not resist the universe and fate. Because it's bringing you where you're supposed to be. It feels like for some of you it's a bit risky to keep going in a certain direction. Maybe you're putting a lot on the line. That's why the vision of the bus, it wasn't just any road. It was a road that was very dangerous actually for a bus to climb, but the universe is saying that, you know, if you reach the top of this mountain, you'll be very, very satisfied with yourself. And this is where you and your twin will unite. Many of you may have Earth placements, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn especially. And I'm also getting Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Earth and air are the elements coming through very strongly in this reading. You're working for people, creating beautiful things, helping them create beautiful things. That's the vibe I'm really getting from you, Bio2. And I think that you and your twin are both doing something similar, something of that nature. And I think that you're the type of twin flames who are meant to work together on shared projects. I'm almost picking up on virtual reality and digital graphics and art. So for some of you, you could literally be like on a team with this person. One person is creating the visuals, the other is appropriating them to certain softwares. Like, I'm getting this collaboration vibe here. I definitely see you encountering your twin in these big events. I see you coming together with others and your twin is among them. But for most of you, I'm picking up on that there is contact, and if there isn't, soon there will be. Very soon you will meet them. But that's the thing, this connection is all about each of you following your purposes, because you come together through your purpose. And that's very specific. For all twin flames, it's important to be independent, have your thing going on, but in this particular situation, it feels like you come together through having your own thing going on, through working and chasing after your own dreams. We have trust. Yeah, look at that, two halves coming together. I love that. Space. Wow, interesting. And protection. Okay. Your individual purposes are highly protected. The universe has worked hard, and so have your spirit guides, and so have you, Pile, too, to ensure that you will get to where you're supposed to be in this lifetime. And I think in order for this connection to work, you will have to trust each other, that you won't become obstacles in each other's ways to get to where you want to be. That in fact you will be support systems, not obstacles, or not something that you need to compromise for. But this contract between the two of you, it feels protected. It feels like when you come together, you will live in your own bubble, in your own reality, outside of the world, outside of the real world. You will build your own, in a way. And what I'm picking up on is that not many things can interfere with this. And some of you may be watching this not knowing who your twin is, not being sure if you've met them or not. And especially if you don't know who they are. And if you don't particularly suspect anyone you already know. What I'm getting is that maybe you sense that your career journey, your dreams, and manifesting those things, working on those things is bringing you closer to your twin. And this is your confirmation that in fact that's the case. And especially many of you may be sensing that your creative pursuits are bringing you closer to your twin. And again, that is the case. If you haven't met them yet, they will be on your team very soon. I feel like you are most likely the same generation, you're close in age, because I'm getting that you are of the same group of souls, like a wave of souls that reincarnated. But I'm getting something about being close in age. Because I know that very often among twin flame relationships there is this huge age gap, but for you I don't see it, not really. In fact, I think it's the opposite. You may be, however, from different cultures, you and this person. But despite being from different cultures, you have the same mindset. You have the same values. I'm going to pull just one more card from the Romance Angels. Okay. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. Well, especially if you're from different cultures, maybe you never thought you might like someone like them. But this definitely feels like someone you will meet or you've met through a group of friends, a community. About you, not much else is going on. And I do want to jump into the part of how your twin is feeling about you, what are they thinking, or potentially for you, how will they feel, because I feel like some of you are just about to meet them. It's like coming very soon to you. So we're going to do that in the extended portion of this reading. If you resonated with this part of the messages, then you will know that this pile was for you. So thank you so much for watching, and make sure to like, share, and subscribe to support my channel and my work. And all of my personal readings are open, so those are listed in the description box below. How to book a session if you need one. And thank you again. I hope I'll see you either in the extended portion or in my next pick card. Until then, bye. Hi pile 3 and welcome to your reading. So before we flip the cards and see what the cards have in store for you and your twin flame journey, let's channel a intuitive message. So I do want to see what comes through. I'm holding on to this crystal just because sometimes holding on to something helps. I recently had a discussion with a friend and a client, how holding on to something helps psychics get their messages. So if you're a psychic and intuitive, maybe try this. Try holding on to an object to see if it helps you concentrate. Anyway, let's get into it. Okay. All right. So I'm seeing a lot of red for you guys, but it's not like deep burgundy red. It's bright. It's like this type of bright red. This is about anger, and this is fresh anger, new anger. Some of you are frustrated with this journey, which totally understandable. But this could also be about love magic. Some of you are manifesting because this is like renewed passion, fresh love. So it feels like some of you have been manifesting, someone has been manifesting you. I'm getting a medical professional here. Some of you, your partner or the person who's manifesting you, or you are a medical professional. We're going to further clarify what this color meant, but let's flip the cards. Wait. These are ribbons that I'm seeing, the bright red. It's ribbons. I feel like some of you are tied in a relationship that you don't want to be in, for one reason or another. And maybe you've been manifesting your way out. Calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So yes, indeed, you or your soulmate, you've been calling each other in. You and your twin. The reunion, okay. Soul recognition, collaboration, partnership, friendship. So it seems like very soon you're coming together with your twin flame. The crowning, initiation, thresholds, birth, rebirth, a seat at the table. Morning dew, clarity, a fresh start, a positive outlook. Okay, so this journey, it feels renewed. Some of you have given up on a twin flame, and maybe you're like, I'm moving on, I'm looking for my soulmate. Some of you have realized that this person you assumed was your twin flame was never your twin flame. But there's this fresh energy of you want a soulmate. For you, pile 3, I know this is about twin flame journey, but I'm gonna call this person a soulmate because it feels like you're calling in and manifesting a journey a romantic journey with your soulmate, not with your twin flame or whatever you assume and whoever you assume to be your twin flame. You're calling in a soulmate, and it feels like you have this fresh outlook on the situation. You're seeing the situation from a new perspective. Maybe you no longer believe that you have to be the one doing all the spiritual work for your twin flame, and you're like, I want someone who does the spiritual work themselves. And I feel like that's the type of person you're attracting. Because what I'm seeing here is many of you, pile 3, have pushed and pushed and pushed. You've been doing the meditations, the work, the shadow work to open a space for this connection. And maybe you've heard this idea that, oh, the divine feminine does the spiritual work, and when she's healed enough or whatever, the divine masculine comes through. Or one twin does all the spiritual work when the other opens their eyes and awakens, and yeah, etc., etc. But I feel like that is total bullshit. And I think that you have been doing this for a while, and you've realized that there's no point. You cannot do the spiritual work for someone else, even if you're twin flames. You just cannot. So for example, you know how twin flames are considered to be two parts of one soul in two bodies, right? Even those who do not have a twin flame, they have their higher self and they have their lower self in this human body. The higher self cannot do the work for the lower self. The higher self can try to help, right? Nudge us a little bit. But if the lower self does not awaken, ascend, meditate, cleanse, do the shadow work, all the good stuff of spiritual progress and growth, the higher self cannot do anything. It cannot just intervene to learn the lessons for you. It's the same thing with the twin flames. Even if you're two fragments of one soul, one fragment cannot do the work for the other. Except if some of you believe that twin flames are quantumly entangled, which I'm not sure if that's the case. But you guys, pile 3, have been going through your own initiations. Yes, through the twin flame journey, you've been going through the initiations. Especially with this crowning, like some very powerful gifts have awakened within you after the twin flame experience, or even a false twin flame experience. Sometimes you can meet someone and believe that this is your twin flame just to have the awakening, and then you realize it wasn't them. It was never them. But what I'm getting is that you've had this awakening and this renewed sense of purpose, this calling that's bigger than you and the relationship. And I'm getting that while you have awakened to this purpose, I think that someone will come along, this soulmate. I think that some of you may be even unintentionally calling this person in. And the soulmate will come and you'll realize that you never needed the twin flame. Look at that. Karmic relationships, Orion energy, polarity, soul growth and conflict, and devotion potency make your life a moving prayer with the cosmic heart. Pile 3, you've definitely had a false twin flame experience, for sure. It did awaken your heart. It did probably even awaken your sacral chakra, and it triggered the Kundalini experience for some of you, or for others. Hold on. This karmic relationship, this false twin, it awakened you spiritually, but maybe that is the difference. It awakened you spiritually, but you never had the Kundalini experience, that you are about to have once this soulmate slash true twin flame appears in your life. Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it and tuning more into the cards, just observing them a little longer, I think that's the case. I think the false twin flame awakened you. It gave you a sense of, oh, wow, okay, this spiritual reality exists, I'm part of it, etc. But there were things that were missing, or there are parts of the journey that are supposed to be part of the journey that were missing. And the reason that they were missing was that this was your false twin flame. And with this Orion energy, I often, when Orion energy shows up in the card, I often think of a soul trap, of a false timeline, of something faked. So the false twin flame could have definitely been some kind of distraction, some kind of, sure, for the purpose of your awakening, but also just to test you if you were going to stay in that situation and maybe never move on. But I think that many of you are stronger than the illusions and the traps, and you saw through it. You saw that this is my false twin flame. This is not my real twin flame. With the cosmic heart, it's almost like this psychic organ that senses truth, spiritual, absolute, objective truth awakened within you, and you saw the situation for what it really was after maybe being blind for a little while. Many of you have like guardians or patrons, if you will. I'm picking up on Hathor and Isis, both of them. Especially if you have Taurus placements. Love can be an eye-opening experience for many of you. Love can be an awakening experience for many of you. And for some of you, I'm hearing blue lights. If you've seen blue lights, if you woke up and you saw blue light in the room or around you or in a dream or in a meditation, that was, I'm getting strong Hathor energy here. She's someone that works closely with you. Moon and Taurus placements are very potent here. Taurus North nodes as well. With the seat at the table, it feels like this journey has really put you in the seat of like becoming your own spiritual authority, like awakening to your divine will and free will. You gained a lot from the false twin flame journey, but a reunion with your true twin flame, will awaken that Kundalini energy within you. New psychic gifts will come online. And I feel like that's for many of you in the near future. Or for some of you, maybe it was a recent event. So you pile 3 have to be careful with karmic relationships trying to trick you away from the true twin flame journey. And sometimes these karmic relationships, in attempt to imitate the twin flame journey, can be so much more intense, but at the same time much more toxic, but much more intense and like passionate. Think of it this way. It's like giving a child chocolate and then broccoli. And of course, most children will prefer the chocolate because it's sweeter, more potent, etc. But which one is better for them? The broccoli. But if someone wants to trick the child to trust them, to follow them, like a stranger, for example, would they trick a child with broccoli? No, they wouldn't. They would use chocolate. That's the same situation. I know it's a very silly example, but sometimes these karmic relationships, these false twins, you may be hyper attracted to them. There will be something that is testing you. And it will be testing you spiritually. And you will have to pass that test. Some of you have already done that. For some of you, you're still in the process of passing the test. But do not be tricked by, oh, but I feel so much more passion with this person, or like things like that are in a way of lower nature. I think that the best way to recognize your true twin flame is who you are in most alignment when it comes to your spiritual growth and purpose. Of course, that is not the case for everyone, but in your case, what I'm seeing here with this Orion energy, with the karmic relationships, is that you may be tricked by more intensity, higher physical attraction, and of course, along with it, higher toxicity. So watch out for that. Watch out for these traps, okay? And when the cosmic heart awakens, this is all about loving on the soul level, falling in love on the soul level. So the more attuned you are to your cosmic heart, the less you will pay attention to the material plane and the illusions playing out on the material plane trying to trick you. This whole reading is giving me 7 of Cups type of energy, Venus in Scorpio type of energy. The material plane is morphed in such a way to trick you into believing this is what my soul desires, but it's not what your soul desires, it's what your physical self, lower self desires. And this is this huge distinction that it's your initiation, this is your crowning. Like if you're able to see this, pass that test, you're getting your crowning, you're getting that kundalini, you're getting the real deal, the real connection, and the real spiritual growth. And for many of you, you're reuniting with a twin that you still don't know. So a true reunion is on its way. You've been calling in this person, you've been manifesting them, and they've been manifesting you, it seems, as well. This is very specific for someone out there, but I'm seeing like white slash silver almost hair. So someone may have like highlights against their natural black hair. They may have like highlights of like pure white. So they may have this very interesting style and look. And for some of you, it's like gray hair out of old age. They have grown older, their hair is starting to gray out. So that is just like a little clue for some of you. If you see this person and you're thinking, could this be them? That it's them. Alright, so we're going to move on to the tarot cards. How does your twin feel? What are they thinking? And what is ahead for both of you on this journey? What's happening in the near future and maybe even some distant future? But we're going to do this in the extended portion of the reading. So I hope so far you resonated with the messages, and that will clarify whether or not the extended portion of this pile was for you, if this pile is for you in general. So thank you for watching. I hope we'll see you in the extended portion or in the next pick a card that I post. All of my information is in the description down below. If you want to book a personal reading, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to support me, my channel, and my work. And thank you so much for watching.